Is Tomodachi Game worth watching? Does this death style show have an interesting plot and good characters for its mystery thriller story, or does it end up being more cringe than exciting? Is Manabu the most annoying character in all of anime? Find out in this video. Spoiler free as always, and I'm Wheeze. Hey everyone, let's get right into the video. Freind Game, which is what Tomodachi translates to, isn't exactly a death game. At least not yet. Instead, it revolves around a different similar extreme circumstance. Instead of dying if you lose the game, you get in massive debt. Like if Wheel of Fortune made you sell your house if you landed on the bankrupt wedge. So anyways, the main crux of the story is the relationship between these high school students, which they had all been good friends, but recently it's become icy, involving money and some secret romantic motives you'll learn about as the story progresses. In this way, the story is very much a drama, but set in this bizarre game setting that they are stuck in to pay off someone's debt. I can't go much more into it without spoiling things or needlessly explaining how the game works, which it goes into great detail about. So let me get into what I liked and didn't like. First, since I was talking about how thoroughly the show explains its rules, the mind game style of the show is fun. As a huge fan of Death Note and anime of similar genre, I do have that bias for Tomodachi Game. The mysteries of why things are happening and who betrayed them are interesting. Overall, the concept is the best part of the show, which isn't really a compliment. However, I found myself really wanting to watch the next episode, more than a lot of other recent anime I've watched, even though I enjoyed the others more, just because I'm so curious about what happens. So in that way, this show is great. It's incredibly interesting. All that said, there is a ton of problems with Tomodachi Game. The characters are a little odd, and not in a great way. They don't feel real, which isn't always bad if they're interesting, but it also feels like the author really wants us to relate and understand them, but they are just off. It's hard to explain, maybe because there's almost no subtlety to them. It's like the author took a couple psychology classes and decided this is how people act 100% of the time. We are told these people are great friends, but there is no trust or really any chemistry holding them together. Tomodachi Game can be melodramatic at times, with its characters freaking out about things that aren't really that big of a deal. This clip is hilarious, but it's actually how the characters act most of the time. Because of this, it gets to be a bit much sometimes. Like, seriously? That's so cringe. I'd say the plot is much better than the characters, which is unfortunate, because of the heavy focus on the characters. Is it more cringe than exciting? Yes, but I also plan to watch the entire show unless it takes a really bad turn, and I am extremely curious to see what happens. There are some surprising reveals very early on, and I don't really know what the show is trying to be. It's very serious and going for that children toys horror vibe. This is apparent from Manabu-kun, the mascot from what looks like an awful children's cartoon. We're talking Kalu levels of bad, and his ugly CGI and annoying voice makes him extremely unlikable. But he's not the weirdest part of the show. It's so edgy in an almost comedic way when something like the evil smile flashes on the screen, showing us the true face of a character in all its horror style, to reveal a character whose goal is to emotionally manipulate a girl. Like, it's bad, but like, you're not gonna murder anyone. Your goal is to hurt some friends' relationships. Just calm down. These things make me feel like it could take a really bad turn and get beyond just a little stupid, but so far it's an entertaining show. In my other reviews, I felt fairly confident that, from the vibe of the show, I could say it was good or bad. But with this anime, I don't know. With the different twists and turns it takes, and I'm already 4 episodes in, it could end up being great or awful. I won't know until it's finished. So is this worth watching? If you are a big thriller, mystery, mind game fan, and like watching drama with people in stressful situations, yes, I think it is. However, if you are on the fence about watching, or even if it sounds like something you'd really like, you'd probably have a better experience waiting until it's finished to binge through it or decide if it's worth your time. If you want a full review on this, or any other anime once it has fully finished, let me know in the comments. I also do analytical and comedy content about a variety of anime, so go check out one of my videos on the end screen. That's all for me. Thank you so much for watching. Ja meow!